Hey, my dark and lovely souls. My name is Lenny Graves, and I'm going to call this a lunar reading. As I'm recording this, we're getting ready for the blood moon eclipse tonight and all that kind of good stuff, so there's magic in the air. I probably won't publish this video until the next day, which will still be the full moon, but there's real good energy. And so why that energy's in there, I want to channel the energy of the moon, which she is a very lovely lady. If you haven't gone out and offered a prayer or a bit of devotion to her in some time, you really could, because the moon is pretty nifty. She represents the divine feminine in the sky. So we're going to tap into that moon energy and see if we have a message from the moon. All right, so the first card that I'm going to pull is the Ace of Wands. Let's pull 3 and make a story. The second card I'm going to pull is the John Travolta Wish card, the 9 of Cups. And then the final card I'm going to pull is the Fool. And this is a lovely story indeed. My dark and lovely soul, the goddess blesses you in her light. The silvery light of Luna comes down to you, and this is the most wonderful thing. You are about to have the most amazing experience, which entails passion and love and like travel and adventure. You're about to just embark. Let's do 2 more. Oh, you can't make it up. 2 of Cups, 7 of Pentacles. I think you're going to find somebody. And if you're not single right now, like if somebody, they better hit to the gym. I've said that a couple, they got to. They better, because there's just like this great romance, this amazing love, right? That I'm picking up on, because yeah, you've got this passion coming with the Ace of Wands. You got this really great emotional energy with the 9 of Cups. It's like the universe is like, and really, because the way that the 7 of Pentacles falls over the Fool says to me, this is something you've harvested in your life. Either by paying karmatic debts, as you've had a lot of pain in your life and it's time to have some happiness, or just being charitable and good works, because you can, kind of do your own karma that way too. But definitely what I see here is you got like a really happy relationship, I think, coming, that you've manifested, and it's blessed by the Empress, the goddess Venus, Leda Ishtar, sister of the moon, if you want. And that's really amazing, if you ask me. You have... And it's kind of across the board. So it's quite romantic, and that's befitting, because the moon's rather romantic herself. So my dark and lovely souls, I don't even think I'm going to make this a very long reading, because it doesn't need to be a very long reading. You have... Well, I'm trying to think, is there anything else we need to know? The Devil. And then the story turns. Don't be chained to your past or your passions that keep you blind to new things. My dark and lovely souls, never be hooked on someone from the past that you might be blind to the future. I have noticed in my life there's been many times when people, like I have ended relationships myself, or had relationships end on me, right? And I've been completely upset. And then you think it's the end of the world, but sure enough, there's somebody always comes around. My mom used to say men are like buses and women are like buses. There's one every 15 minutes. There's a truth to that. There are people, and there are so many fish in the sea, however you want to put it. Don't be chained to the past or a relationship that doesn't serve you anymore, or a ghost of a relationship that's chaining you to something that doesn't serve you anymore, because you don't need to do that. You don't be sad about people who aren't sad about you. It's just not worth the time, because that's what the Devil's warning us here, because I'm telling you, it's like Some Kind of Wonderful with Eric Stoltz in the 1980s movie. Do you guys remember that one? It's very few of you do. It's the one where he's the nerdy guy and he wants to go out with the really hot chick, but then there's his friend who's also, I think, really super hot. She had like short blonde hair, I think, like that. And she's hanging out with him the whole time, and she's like being his buddy and stuff like that, but he doesn't notice it because he's so in love with the girl. But then at the end he realizes this is a really good movie. I haven't seen it. But it's like that kind of thing. Don't be Eric Stoltz. Don't be blind to the person who's amazing, who's sitting right in front of you, because you're worried about something else or somebody else that doesn't even matter anymore. And that's really specific for some people, and it can be situational, but people need to hear that. That's what the Devil over this beautiful reading represents. That's the warning from the moon. And I think that's lovely, because the moon wants us to be happy. She wants to shine down on dudes pushing gondolas and singing romantic Italian songs. That's what the moon's goal is for you in life, is to have that moment. And you don't have that moment by clinging to painful past relationships. You have that moment by keeping your heart open for new passion, new life, and new love, because that's just really an amazing thing, and it's always just around the corner. I always say, my dark and lovely souls, the world can change in a day for anybody. You could be like a CEO of a company, you could lose your job, you could lose your company, you could all be poor the next day. Or you could, like, you could be a homeless dude and buy a lottery ticket, win $500 million. You could just do that. You can be completely alone and sad and broken by yourself, and tomorrow on the way to the grocery store, you can meet the love of your life, and this time next week, you'll be parasailing. Whatever mortals do, parasailing, like for skates, going to great skates, something like that. But no, we could do that. So do it. So do it. Don't be chained to the past. Love's out there if you want to find it. And it really kind of wants to find you. So it's almost not even you looking for it. It's just like, just don't close your eyes to it because you're worried about something in the past. Does that make sense, my dark and lovely soul? Comment below if it does. My name is Lenny Graves, and the moon would like you to know. If you like my tarot card readings, check me out at thelennygraves.com. That's where you can get a private reading, and you can find me at The Lenny Graves on YouTube and TikTok, and you can find me at Dysfunctional Enlightenment on Facebook and Instagram. My dark and lovely souls, accept no substitutions. I do not solicit readings. I'm not that kind of tarot card reader. The only way to get a reading from me is through my store at thelennygraves.com. Thank you so much. You guys are amazing. You guys are like, I have the best followers. I have the best collective. You guys have the most lovely souls. Let yourselves be loved. Let yourself be loved. Just start singing, put a little love in your heart. It's going to be sappy and stuff like that. But seriously, you guys are amazing. Go be amazing.